In the fall of 2010 at Brunswick High School, we conducted an independent study where we set up 3 different locations with motion detector cameras, and we baited each of the areas in order to capture videos and pictures of all the various animals.
The raccoon and the fisher were the first 2 animals that we caught on our camera. They both live in dense forested areas throughout the state of Maine, and they make their dens in hollow trees.
What were your goals for this independent study?
So the goals that Paul Tika and I had were to be out in the field more and learning about the wildlife that we have right in our backyards. So we didn't want to use books, and we just kind of wanted to be active. And because we have Mr. Wilson as a teacher, having the Cathance River Education Alliance to work with has been a huge help and has really helped us with our project. How exactly did you capture the wildlife on camera?
So when we first went out to set up the cameras, we would look for shaded areas where the wildlife we captured would feel comfortable and secure. They wouldn't feel, because if they went out into a field, they'd feel exposed and open to predators. Once we found that area, we'd set the camera about 15 feet back from where we would be baiting, and then we'd make sure there weren't any branches in between the camera and the baiting area so that wind wouldn't set off the motion sensor. As for bait in the area, we actually ended up mixing both meat and meat for the carnivores and cracked corn and salt licks for the herbivores. And we weren't sure if we would get anything since the meat and cracked corn was mixed up, but it ended up working out because we got the wide variety of animals from the fisher and the coyote to the deer and turkey and a lot of blue jay.
We learned all the techniques necessary to set up the camera from a small environmental consulting firm in Topsom called Stantec. Once we had finished our study, we showed them our results and they gave us this quote: "The camera survey gives an estimate of species presence in a parcel which is inobtrusive." This particular study was a presence-absence study rather than a study of determining a certain amount of species. Additional monitoring would confirm species presence.
Working with a Stantec employee, we determined that this is a juvenile red-tailed hawk.
Why do you think independent studies are important?
Independent studies such as this one are incredibly important both here at Brunswick High School and elsewhere. They allow teachers and students to undertake projects that we wouldn't be able to otherwise. In a normal, regular classroom, we don't have the resources, the time, or the manpower to undertake projects like this. So this was a really great opportunity for both myself and for students and for everyone else involved to try something new and do something different, which is really cool.
Okay, this type of learning is important for a variety of reasons. One, it allows these students to make curriculum connections between what they're learning in the classroom and apply these in the field. The other is this is authentic, real-life learning. I think it could easily be connected to their aspirations. I can see these students becoming biologists or wildlife ecologists someday. And I think they'll look back at this experience as something perhaps that maybe kindled the fire and set their sights on making a living out of what they're passionate about.
Deer population in Maine numbers between 250,000 to 300,000. What was your favorite part about this independent study?
I think my favorite thing about working on this project had to probably be driving the golf cart out in Korea and setting up the camera in really remote locations that no one would find. To me, that was a lot of fun because we were out in the woods while everyone else was out in school.
I enjoyed this independent study because me, Paul, and Evan got to choose exactly what we wanted to do, and we got to leave school every other day, and we were out in the woods, and it was just a lot of fun.
I enjoyed this independent study because it was an opportunity for me to go out and experience something new, not only in the way the classroom was run outdoor experientially, but also to gain insight into what it's like to be an ecologist. You know, normally our school doesn't offer courses like these, and also it's just a fun semester to kind of spend with friends pursuing something that I'm interested in.
This project would not have been possible without the leadership and support of the Cathance River Education Alliance. To become a member and support such initiatives, please visit www.koreamaine.org. Funding was made possible for this project and production by Korea members, the Merry Meeting Bay Trust, the Horizon Foundation, and a STEM grant from Battelle.